If you have ADHD, you don't feel accomplished after an achievement, but instead you feel relief. Not understanding this cycle can have you on a hamster wheel where you're doing and doing and doing and accomplishing the things that you always dreamed of, but not giving yourself enough credit for it. This is why having ADHD feels like you have a to-do list that never ends and you're chronically overwhelmed. I have ADHD, and it's been difficult for me to experience true joy after major accomplishments. And what I would do instead is look forward to the next accomplishment, the next thing that I have to do, instead of celebrating the current win. And that's why I'm so big on celebrating the small wins right now, because that's a daily struggle for me. And even though I have ADHD, the diagnosis still doesn't make sense to me, because growing up, I always dreamt of doing big things. I wanted to write books. I wanted to move to Los Angeles. I've moved to LA, 5 million followers. I've written 2 books. I've been on the Today Show. I've promoted the 95th Oscars. If this sounds like a subtle flex, it is. But there was no major joy when I experienced these things. It was more so like, finally, I did it. What's next? And that's a difficult way to live, because so many beautiful moments are happening around you and in front of you. But instead of realizing what's happening, all we can think about is what's next? What's next? What's next? Additionally, this makes it very difficult for those of us who have ADHD to just sit still. Remember when you were in class in 2nd grade and the teacher would write on a report card, Kojo's having a hard time sitting still. He's making jokes in class and he's easily distracted. We just can't get him to sit still. If you're like me, you probably had a report card that said the same exact thing or similar things. Sitting still is very difficult for us because we feel like we have to be constantly achieving something. One of the reasons why we feel this way is because our self-esteem is attached to our productivity. Our self-esteem is attached to our productivity. So if we're doing a lot, we feel good about ourselves. If we're not doing anything, we feel awful about ourselves. Even if we just accomplished a major thing. You can have ADHD and win the Nobel Peace Prize. But if you take 2 weeks off, you'll feel like you've never done anything significant in your life. Understanding your ADHD brain is one of the best things that you can do for not only yourself, but also for your family, because ADHD runs in families. So if you have it, you got it from mom or dad, or there's a good chance that a sibling could have it, or your kids could have it. So when you understand your ADHD brain, you then can also teach the people around you how to understand their ADHD brain. Because having this condition doesn't mean that you're smarter than other people, or you're not as smart as other people, or that you have superpowers. Some people call ADHD superpower, and it most definitely can be in some instances. However, it's not sustainable to be running around like a chicken with his head cut off and going from one thing to the next, and then you're always stressed and your cortisol levels are high. That's no way to live a life. And I'm just now learning this. I'm 32, I'm Dr. Kojo, I'm the Hollywood mental health expert, but I am just now learning this. I can't sit still. I have a hard time sitting still. I have to feel like I need to accomplish something for my self-esteem. So detaching my self-esteem from my productivity has been one of the best things that I've done for myself, or that I'm attempting to do for myself. And as you do this, you'll feel confident when you're not doing anything. And if you have ADHD, that's a major win.